All right. We've been learning about area and perimeter. Let's stop and pause to think about what area means and what perimeter means. Welcome back. If you thought that area was the space inside a flat shape, you are correct. Great job. If you thought that perimeter was the distance around the outside of a flat shape, you are also right. Whoops. Good job. I have a problem that we will solve using area and perimeter. Let's get started. Maybe. Alfonso has a picture that is 4 inches wide and 9 inches tall. Tina has a picture that is the same area as Alfonso's but smaller in perimeter. What could the dimensions of Tina's picture be? Now I'm thinking about the dimensions of Alfonso's picture. Alfonso's picture is 4 inches wide and 9 inches tall. Predict what you think the area will be. Pause now. I have a picture that represents the dimensions of Alfonso's picture. Let's take a look. So Alfonso's picture is 4 inches wide and 9 inches tall. So I could count by 4. I could count by 4s 9 times to find the area of Alfonso's picture. Here's a 4, here's a 4, here's a 4. These 4s happen 9 times. So I could count by 4s 9 times. Or I could be more efficient and multiply 4 times 9. And 4 times 9 equals 36 square inches. Tina's picture has to have the same area but a smaller perimeter. Let's find the perimeter of Alfonso's picture. Now I could count all the squares going all the way around Alfonso's picture. Or I could add 4 plus 4. Because this side is 4, I know that this side has to be 4 as well. And same thing with this side. This side's 9, so I know that this side must be 9 as well. So we have 4 plus 4 from these two sides, and 9 plus 9 from these two sides. I know that 4 plus 4 is 8, and 9 plus 9 is 18. You're not done yet. You have to add up your 18 and your 8 together. So you add up all of the sides. I know that 18 plus 8 is 26 inches. So Alfonso's picture is 26 inches all the way around the edge. And I know that Tina's picture has to have the same area of 36 inches like Alfonso's picture. Pause and write down some other ways I could multiply to get an area of 36 inches. All right, welcome back. If you thought that multiplying 6 times 6 to get an area of 36 was another way, you are right. If you thought that you could have 12 and 3 to get an area of 36, you're also correct. And one last way you could get an area of 36 is to have 36 inches long and 1 inch wide. So any of those 3 ways are going to get you an area of 36 inches squared. Now, I need to find a perimeter that is less than 26 inches because Tina's picture has the same area but a smaller perimeter. So let's find the perimeter of each of these shapes. Pause and find the perimeter of our first shape. You can pause now. If you thought you could find the perimeter of this shape by adding up 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, you are correct. The perimeter of this shape is 24 inches. All right, now let's pause and find the perimeter of our second shape right here. All right, if you thought that you could find the perimeter by adding up 3 plus 3 plus 12 plus 12, you are correct. Our perimeter of our second shape is 30 inches. And let's find the perimeter of our very last shape. It's a long one. Pause and think about how you could find the perimeter of this very last shape. To find this perimeter, we can add up 36, this nice long side, plus another 36. And that'll give me 72, but I'm not done yet. You can't forget about these sides. So you have 1 plus 1 equals 2. So now I have to add my 72 plus 2 to give me a grand total of 74 inches for my perimeter on this last shape. So all of these shapes have an area of 36. We already found that out. That was the first thing we did. But we want a shape that has a smaller perimeter than Alfonso's. Alfonso's picture has a perimeter of 26 inches, which we found here. Which of these shapes has a perimeter that is less than 26 inches? Here are perimeters. Pause now and decide which shape has a smaller perimeter than 26 inches. If you thought that this shape had a perimeter smaller than 26 inches, you are correct. Now let's go back to our question. Our question says that Tina has a picture with the same area as Alfonso's, which we already decided was 36 inches squared, but a smaller perimeter. What could the dimensions of Tina's picture be? We decided that this was the only shape that could work because its area is 36 inches squared, but it was the only shape that had a perimeter of less than 26 inches. So to answer our question, we could write Tina's picture has to be 6 inches wide and 6 inches long. All right, so we know that Tina's picture has to be 6 inches wide and 6 inches long because that gives me the same area of Alfonso's picture. Gives me the same area as Alfonso's picture, but a smaller perimeter of 24 inches. Which is smaller than Alfonso's 26 inches. All right, great job.